Hello, Talking Wolves. So, what a fantastic win. After a bizarre game of drones, referees, technology not working and things like that. A huge win away at Brentford today, which keeps us on track to chasing those European spots. Look, let's be honest. Before the drone incident happened, we were pretty poor. We set up with three in midfield, Dendoncker, Neves and Moutinho to match Brentford, I think, and we pretty much just contained them and sat off and didn't really create much. Fabio Silva had a wild shot. Semedo had a wild shot. But apart from that, nothing happened. And then, obviously, the drone delays the game. We don't know what's going on. But when we come back from the drone and back from the referee having his moment of madness, we were brilliant. And the goal from Moutinho, great finish. Good play from Semedo as well, down the right. And I thought Semedo was absolutely fantastic today, by the way. And what a finish from the outside of his boot, curling it into that corner. And at that point, I think we're probably going to win this 1-0 and hold on. But it's so weird because you didn't realise how long was left in the game because it was so deceiving with what had gone on with the drones and things like that. And then Tony scores a great goal, a great finish, but nobody marking him from our point of view. So very poor defending, but a great finish. You've got to take your hat off to him. And I honestly thought we were going to throw it away at that point. But that man, Ruben Neves, more great play from Semedo down the right, who crossed it in, eventually come back to Neves. A great touch and a great finish bottom corner. And our two midfield maestros from Portugal have got us the goals. It's got us a huge win away at Brentford. They did the business on us when they beat us 2-0 at Molineux. We've got our revenge, and it's a fantastic performance. Fair play to Fabio. I thought he did okay today in Raul's absence, Pedence. And we've done a job, professional performance, got the win. We're such a good team, like solid, and we're hard to play against. And fair play to Bruno Lage, got the tactics right again. Although boring to watch, it's got us the 3 points at the end of the day. Pretty unlucky that Adama didn't have his send-off goal with it, VAR overturning it. But yeah, fantastic 3 points. And bring on the next game. We're in bloody dreamland as Wolves fans, aren't we? Winning every game in January so far. Incredible stuff. My man of the match, I'm going to give it to Nelson Semedo, lads. What a performance from him down the right. Really starting to come into his own now. So fair play to him. And yeah, thank you, Talking Wolves. Sorry for the quick video. I have got to pop out, so I just did a short and sweet one. But I think I got everything in there. 3 points is all that matters. On to the next one. Come on, Wolves.
If we don't get to Europe, there's something wrong. The last two games that we've had, before we would have faltered, we would have crumbled under the pressure of being on the back foot for long periods of it. There's something so special about this Wolves team. I can't honestly put it into words like how special this is at the moment. And we really are building something. Considering Bruno's had no backing, he hasn't really had the opportunity to buy his own players. He's implemented his style. We're going places. Wow. What a game. What a game. What a 3 points as well. Don't get Europe this season, then there's something really, really wrong. Performances like that get you into those European places. And I genuinely think that there's a chance now. I'm starting to believe that we actually can do it. Wow. So the final score was BTEC Stoke 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. I mean, if we go into the whole reflection of the game, the first half, we didn't really get going. There was obviously then that clash of heads, really, but it was kind of just Brentford were bossing us in the midfield, really, and we just kind of didn't really have, the emphasis to kind of know what we was doing in the final third, really, which was really, really annoying. Clash of heads come along. We sort of dictate the play, but then we kind of don't. It was a bit of a weird one. And then who buys a drone and thinks, oh yeah, let's fly it over a Premier League ground? Deserves, I can't even put into words how angry that made a lot of people feel. Yeah, I'm going to get my drone out. What am I going to do? I'm going to ruin a football match. Yeah, well done to you, mate. You fucking idiot. After the drone incident, we came out for the second half, or it may as well have been the second half, but we came out and we done all right. We kind of put a foothold in the game, but we weren't creating any real opportunities, to be honest with you. It was kind of a bit of a stalemate, to be honest, and it was going to be a bit of magic that opens it up. Start of the second half, Fabio Silva does incredibly well to drift one of the centre-backs away, and then Semedo can just put that pass into Moutinho, and it is an unbelievable finish from Moutinho. Last season, a lot of critics. Myself, I was one of his biggest critics. He's come in this season and he looks unbelievable. It looks like he's actually added stuff to his game, like driving forward with it. It's actually quite ridiculous to see how good he's become. And I think it's criminal not to offer him a new 1-year contract, to be honest with you. Then after that, we didn't really sit back. I mean, the referee, bless him, he really, really tried to make sure that the fairy tale of Brentford was going to succeed. And, super Brentford, we're going to get all the super decisions. It was never, ever in a million years a red card. He has gone in with both feet, but both feet are on the floor. He's not gone to endanger the opponent. He's actually, if anything, got the ball. Thankfully, VAR actually made the correct decision because it was a joke call at the time. But I just after that, really, like, from that free kick, I mean, it's Dendonker's man. Dendonker's just ball watching, and we've left their biggest threat open for goal. A lot of question marks got to be asked about the marking from there. But then it was just after that the momentum just shifted their way, and I was just thinking to myself, oh no, what are we going to do? Then we bring Adama on Fabio, and then it didn't look as if we kind of had an idea what we was going to do in that final third, because don't be wrong, when Fabio was on there, he was not having a nice couple of little touches. He, to be fair, did struggle, but he didn't really have any support from anyone beside him. I mean, Podence was kind of just drifting pretty much everywhere, and he was kind of like sitting behind Fabio Silva, basically having a bit of a free roll. Adama comes on, and to be fair, he kind of just didn't really look arsed, if I'm honest. I think there's probably obviously the massive speculation regarding him and Spurs. But then as soon as it came to Neves, I'm like, he's going to hit this, but it's probably going to hit straight in. How he's managed to curl that in, wow. He's so good. He's best midfielder that the majority of us have ever seen in our lifetime. And I don't think that's ever going to change, to be honest with you. But it was the fact, even when we got that first goal, started to do a little bit of time wasting. It's quite funny how things come back around. And it was the fact of Moutinho was on the ground. You got Thomas Frank. Ooh, they're doing a little bit of time wasting. Look, the bit of time wasting. It was almost quite laughable to watch, really. And it was just the fact, like, Pontus Jansson as well. He's a dick. Plain and simple, he's a dick. What he done to Sarr, it's not even football. It's just fucking rugby. And that's exactly what they were today. Just trying to be physical at every opportunity, which, to be fair, they've got every right to do that as well. Some of the things they were doing was just not football. And it's like every time they got an opportunity, yeah, we're just going to do a bit of a long throw. They're essentially just a combination of Stoke and Bournemouth together. Stoke with the long throws and, all that, like, dark arts and everything. And Bournemouth just being incredibly hateable. But then seeing Thomas Frank at the end absolutely crying on the pitch, we've done our job today, making that wanker cry. And as far as I'm concerned, good. He is one of the worst managers in the Premier League. He's not going to achieve anything. And if anything, he's the biggest joke in that league. It is so funny to see that collapse. And it was quite funny as well because the players showed fight at the end. And they showed fight throughout that whole game. Again, last season, we would have crumbled. Bearing in mind, we haven't got Raman Saiz, who's one of the starting centre-backs. Totti Gomez, who I thought wasn't exactly, he wasn't the best defender on the pitch, but most certainly he was not the worst player on the pitch by a mile. And who else is there? Raul Jimenez not playing as well. Although, to be fair, there was question marks about Raul Jimenez's performances even before, he had this injury. But that is an unbelievable 3 points. That has set us up now for the rest of this season. Two very difficult teams that we've faced, two very different styles, and we've managed to come with back-to-back wins. And for long periods of it, we didn't exactly look dominant as well. The fact that we're not winning while playing at our best, if that isn't a massive sign just to say that we're going to get better, then I don't know what is. I'm just so excited and I'm just so ecstatic just to see what this team can do now. But yeah, that's all I've got to say really about the game. And yeah, Thomas Frank, you little crybaby. Cheers, lads.
Well, that has to be quite possibly one of the most stressful game watching experiences I've had in quite some time. And I was watching it on a stream. So from everything from the drone stopping play to like the Brentford head injuries and the substitutions, the ref technology failing, The red card that was overturned from Totti Gomez, the stoppage time. It just felt like I almost sit down. I should have had a bucket of popcorn and everything because it felt like I was in a cinema. It couldn't have been scripted any better, really. The only thing it was missing was a Brentford equaliser, but I'm very happy in the end that they couldn't find one. I feel like the defence played really, really well today. Totti's red card was never a red anyway, and Kilman and Cody, all three of them were really, really good again and should warrant keeping their place, I think. Nori and Semedo, both fantastic again, and it just gets better when you look up the pitch to the midfield. And I think Neves and Moutinho, they struggled in the first half a little bit to control the game, but after the break, the drone break, they looked sensational. Back to their best, both of them. Last season, we were wondering whether Moutinho's legs had gone and he was starting to come down to the end of his career, but now I'm begging for a Moutinho contract extension. He is looking absolutely fantastic yet again. I think that's partly down to Bruno Lage and his tactics reinvigorating both of them. Neves allowed to go forward and spread more passes and pass forward, which we saw with Adama at the end. Unlucky to be offside, but I think Adama, you just have to think if maybe he's adding a few more million onto his price tag, because suddenly he's found the ability to finish. If he's going to keep doing that, I would say call off the deal and let's keep him, and let's see if we can give him a little bit more of a longer run in the side. But with the post-manager brawl as well, Thomas Frank is quickly becoming one of my most disliked managers in the Premier League behind Klopp, and the way that he complains about everything. So I think at the end of the day, I'm very happy with the 3 points, and it's very much a lesson in perfect time wasting from Wolves today. Yeah, we deserved it, especially after what they did to us in back at our place. It's a very, very warranted 3 points, and karma has definitely come round and looked on us in a much better light. So I'm very happy with the result, and I'm sure everyone else is as well. Up the Wolves.
Another win, another 3 points on the board, on the road as well. Good result that today. Especially after they got the equaliser, I thought we'd done really well to go and get another goal, and I thought we got the third with Traore. Gutted for him on a personal note, really, because I think we all know he's off, and I'll be sad to see him go, because like today, he's invaluable, isn't he, when he comes on towards the end of games, holding the ball up, running into channels, winning corners, bullying people. His pace just scares people, and he's always up there a threat, and he done really well to take his goal today. I thought he's timed him run perfectly when I watched it live. Disappointed for him to not get that goal today, to send himself off, but I'll be sad to see him go if he does. I'm still holding on to hope that he doesn't, but I think over time that he's off, isn't he? It's a shame. First half today, I thought we were pretty poor, actually. Totti started off quite shaky. He actually got really good towards the end of the game, though, and especially second half really stepped up. Some vital blocks, some good challenges. You can't expect too much of him yet, can you? I mean, he's just coming into the Premier League, and he's held his own again, really, today. I know the free kick that they've scored has come from his challenge, which, again, how can the ref give a red card there? That's abysmal refereeing. How can you ever give that as a red? I don't know. But it got rescinded thanks to VAR for a change. Thank you, VAR. But yeah, how can you leave Ivan Toney free on the back stick? He didn't do anything today, Ivan Toney, apart from score that goal. But that's what good strikers do. They get one chance and they score it. And we all know he can finish. So how can you leave him free? It just didn't make sense at all. The three in midfield, I thought Dendoncker is a bit of a headless chicken, but I've always thought that when he plays. I'm not saying he's invaluable, like he does some good work at times, but at other times he just goes completely missing. Neves and Moutinho run the show again, didn't they? They're brilliant. Like, and they've got the 2 goals today. Moutinho's finally started shooting and he's finding that he can score goals. Brilliant. Neves, I thought he'd wasted his chance by taking the touch, but what do I know? Put it in the bottom corner and it's a good finish from outside the box again. Yeah, thought we looked really good second half. First half, like I said, not so good, but second half we really sort of changed the way we played. I think after the injury, I suppose, that's when we sort of turned it around. It's a shame for Brentford, but you take what you're given, don't you, at the end of the day, and we can't affect that. We've done nothing wrong, and unfortunately it's helped us out, hasn't it, really, because we've started playing a bit better after that injury. The drone incident is a bit weird. I get player safety, get everyone off the pitch, but I don't know why they're off so long. It was a huge amount of time, and the drone had gone. I think we all knew it wasn't a threat. I don't know. Either way, it is what it is. Little shout for Silva, because as I was thrust into it today, probably not expected, but I I thought he'd done well. First half, he was challenging for everything, but he's not winning a lot. Second half, he'd done a bit better, won quite a few things, little flicks and driving away. Unlucky not to score, actually, because he'd done really well holding the ball until the right time, let it go, and then made his run, which is what we want to see, isn't it? Strike it in the box. So hopefully a bit more game time and he'll get a little bit better. He's still learning and he's still improving. I don't think Podence and Silva suited up top as a 2 today, but again, I don't think we suited 2 up top anyway. I never sort of like that formation too much. Don't think it suited either of the games. I think Silva would rather have someone either side. Podence would rather be floating like he was, but sort of with a couple of people outside him maybe, or coming in off the wing to have a strike. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to say much about Thomas Frank because I think he's an idiot and he doesn't deserve the time of day to get any reaction from me. Another 3 points. We keep moving up. Let's keep going. And I'm sure there's a Europa spot there for us at least if we keep winning the games. Hi-ho Wolverhampton.
So, Brentford 1, Wolves 2. What a win for Wolves today. Tough place to go. Tough circumstances with drones, helicopters and a dodgy referee. Everything seemed to be going against Wolves, but through it all, they managed to come out the other side with 3 massive points. And I'm sure Bruno Lage will be delighted with that. And I'm sure the fans all are, because I especially am. After the showing we put in against them earlier on in the season, that was a big win today. 4 and 5 in the Premier League, and 3 in a row and 4 in a row in all competitions. It's all going well for Wolves at the moment. They were poor though for the first half an hour, I thought, today. Didn't really click with Fabio Silva and Podence up top. Raul Jimenez missing out with a calf injury. But after the 2 Brentford players clashed their heads, Wolves really took control for that 5 minutes before the drone came and stopped play. I mean, it's pathetic, isn't it? Who flies a drone over a Premier League ground while there's a match going on thinking they're funny or whatever it was? I don't know, but really and truly it was a nonsense stopping the game, and 19 minutes added time at the end of the first half, and Wolves were really good actually for that 90 minutes. I thought they controlled the tempo really well without creating too many clear-cut opportunities, but they created one themselves in the second half between Semedo, who I thought was really good today, along with Nouri on the other side, setting up João Moutinho, and his finish is just one of class, isn't it? You cannot really say much else about it. Fantastic finish outside of the boot into the back of the net. No chance for Lösel, and that made it 1-0 to Wolves. And by then you were thinking, this game still has a lot more left in it. And then a few minutes later, Brentford go up. They're going to attack Ayer with a run forward, and Toti Gomez, who I thought was good again today, to be fair to him, put in a tackle, and Peter Brank sent him off for it. And it was pathetic refereeing, it has to be said. It was really bad. To have VAR have to bail him out like that. And Ayer's antics didn't help afterwards as well, considering Toti Gomez barely touched him. Sent him off for his foot being over the ball. His foot wasn't even off the ground at all. It was a really bad decision by the referee, and thankfully VAR overturned it, because if it didn't, I'm convinced Wolves have something against them as far as VAR goes. But from the resulting free kick, our heads weren't in it. We didn't defend it well enough. I think it was Dendoncker at the back post, let Tony peel away, and he just smashed it in for 1-1. And a striker of his quality, you can't really leave him with that much space at the back post. And Brentford, you could say they deserved their equaliser. They were a bit all huff and no, not being able to actually blow the Wolves' defence away, because that's a really tough defence to break down. And then at that point, I actually thought we'd lose. I'd have taken a draw if you had offered it to me then, because we didn't really look like scoring. But down the other end, just a few minutes later, Podence with a wonderful pass through to Semedo. Podence has really been good in 2022 for Wolves so far. And Semedo cut it back out Nouri to Moutinho, teed it up for Neves, who just did what Ruben Neves does best, and he scored from outside the area. Lösel should have saved it. I think you can say that, but I don't really care. We're due one off him after how he performed for Huddersfield against us a few years ago. We didn't even score against them, but thankfully we've scored against the worst promoted team. No, I don't think Brentford are, but after that, Wolves really held Brentford out well. 7 minutes of added time. I do not know where that came from. 7, come on. If we conceded there, I would have been furious. But we actually scored up the other end. Traore with what looked to be a parting gift for the Wolves fans, slotting away for 3-1. But VAR cruelly ruled it out, and then the Wolves had 2 more minutes of immense pressure to deal with, and deal with it they did. They were really good today at the back. Sarr again bulldozing the Janssen and Tony out the way, and Janssen, Thomas Frank. Is there any more unlikable characters in the Premier League? Especially Frank. God, he's moany, isn't he? Like, really and truly, like, come on. You were beaten by the better team on the day, and he had the audacity to go like this when Moutinho was down holding his head. Played 100 minutes against Brentford earlier on this season. The ball was in play for 50 of them. Like, come on. Like, the absolute cheek of him to do that, considering they're the worst time-wasting culprits in the league. I'm a bit disappointed, even though he was on a booking. Sad didn't go over and change his gloves, just to rip the piss out of them a bit more, because I am delighted. Really, Wolves won that game today because it was thoroughly deserved, and 4 wins in a row. We got 2-week break or so now until we play Norwich in the FA Cup, and hopefully we can progress to the 5th round of that, and things are looking up for Wolves. I think only 4 points outside the Champions League places, even though I'm not looking that far forward. 34 points. What a season we're having. Honestly, hats off to Bruno Lage, because he's been a breath of fresh air for Wolves. And just tie Ruben Neves down to a lifelong contract, that's all I'll say. If Traore's going, good luck to him. He's tried his best during his time at the club. But yeah, get Neves down on a 5, 6, 7 year deal and give him what he wants, that's all I say. And get Moutinho on one while he's at it. It's expiring at the end of the season. But yeah, a fantastic win for Wolves. Brentford 1, Wolves 2.